Touch TV News Channel. The best.
The Benue State CACUS meeting led by Senator Patrick Abamaru, Minority Leader, House, Senator Emmanuel Udem and Senator Titus Tentega Zam, PhD, among other House members of Benue State, held press to briefing with media mitigate the worsening insecurity situation in Benue State. They noted that the sad human problem concerning Governor Ali, whose constitutional responsibility is to protect life and property of Benue State people, which demonstrated his incapacity to live up to the critical responsibility, but has chosen to cover up his glaring failure by blaming game. However, it is public domain that up till now, the governor is particularly unable to identify and establish a clear constitutional position on actual source of insecurity in Benue State. Victor Valentine, Touch TV, NAS.
That members of the National Assembly from Benue State were accommodating and providing food and feeding these herdsmen attackers. That vision extended to imaginary politicians also in Abuja and Benue State. And so today, we members, the governor had said in that live television, and we characterized these as the many lies of Governor Hassan Ali of Benue State. So the Benue State caucus of the National Assembly saw with consternation Governor Alia's umbrage on the National Assembly members from Benue State and the security challenges confronting the state. Ordinarily, we have dismissed the rantings of the governor as true to character of a failed governor. In the past, Governor Alia had characterized Benue National Assembly members as Bokoti people, which literally translates to useless people. When the National Assembly members raised serious concerns about the incapacity of the governor to frontally confront insecurity in Benue State that had rendered several Benue indigenes dead, injured many, destroyed properties worth millions of naira, and disabled the people from farming and engaging in productive businesses. When Senators Emmanuel Udende and Abamoro raised motions on the insecurity in Benue State, Governor asserted that they were misleading the Senate and Nigerians on the security situation in Benue State. Similarly, the governor has blatantly refused to implement the open grazing prohibition law enacted by the Benue State House of Assembly, even when the Senate's resolution to a bill sponsored by Titus Zam directed him to implement the open grazing prohibition law of Benue State. Unfortunately, in the church service in Ipayango, Benue State earlier this year, Governor Alia stated that there have been no killings in Benue State since he assumed office as governor in May 2023. When some citizens were killed in Bonta, in Constitution LGA, and Pute, in Oju LGA, Governor Alia characterized the happenings as mere skirmishes. Yet, Governor Alia, in one of his irresponsible outings on national television, uncharitably accused members of the National Assembly from Benue State as sponsors and masterminds of the killings in Benue State. Never in the history of Benue State has a governor been known to speak from both sides of his mouth on issues, especially that concern the lives and property of the Benue people. In one breath, Governor Alia would allege that attacks against Benue communities are about land grabbing by the invaders. In another, the governor will defend the attackers as foreigners protected by ECOWAS protocol to traverse ECOWAS member nations freely. Members of the caucus of the National Assembly from Benue State, therefore, unequivocally and without any fear of contradiction, deny the allegation that they are sponsoring Fulani militia to attack and kill Benue people. Collectively and or individually, members of the National Assembly have contributed immensely to the solution of the current situation and challenges bedeviling current security situation and the challenges bedeviling Benue State. No week passes by that members are not in their constituencies to bury and or commiserate with their constituents who have lost their lives or loved ones, while the governor continues to stay in the comfort of Government House Macaulay until recently, not a whimper of condemnation of the perpetrators of this heinous crime that come from the government. The governor has not sufficiently demonstrated empathy for people killed allegedly by armed herdsmen. In some instances, as in the incident in Utupo, the governor would rather condemn youths protesting the killing of their kith and kin than those responsible for the killing, and sustained attacks on the armless and defenseless citizens of Benue State. In a characteristic demonstration of irresponsibility and show of lack of understanding of governance, and for the first time in the history of Nigeria, the governor in the full glare of national television would accuse his people of killing their own people. What a sad and pathetic show of politics taken too far. What a shame that a governor will call his own members of the National Assembly from his state as members of shenanigans, with whatever that means. In other states with similar experiences like Borno and Plateau states, governors will acknowledge the plight of their people and appeal to the federal government for intervention, but not in alias Benue State, apparently buttressing the allegations that Governor Alia was compromised in the run-up to the 2023 election. In consequence of the above, the caucus of the National Assembly demands as follows: that the governor should retract his words and apologize publicly to members of the Benue State caucus of the National Assembly and Abuja politicians. That the Inspector General of Police should, as a matter of urgency, investigate members of the caucus of the National Assembly and report to the Benue and the Nigerian people. And 3, urge the governor, as a matter of urgency, to settle down for real governance, stop the blame games, and to also stop moving with non-state actors to intimidate political opponents. Thank you, gentlemen, for listening to this.